29 million golfers, the most this country has seen in nearly 2 decades. And somehow you cannot get a tee time. For years you have been told why. That golf got too expensive. That the game quietly priced out the very people who built it. The industry's own numbers tell a different story. The price story is a myth. What actually happened to your game is bigger. It is stranger, and nobody warned you about it. In the next 14 minutes, 3 things. The price myth, torn apart with the industry's own data. The real force that took your Tuesday morning without asking. And one advantage you still hold that no golfer under 50 can copy, buy, or borrow. Stay for that one. It changes how you play every single week. Start with the money, because the feeling is real. You pay for your round, and it stings more than it used to. Nobody is imagining that. But a feeling is not a number. So here is the number from the industry's own database. The average green fee for 18 holes of public golf in America, $41. Not the resort you saw on Instagram, the everyday course, where golf actually lives. Since 2019, that price rose about 27% at municipal and daily fee courses. And 27% sounds like a lot, until you put it next to everything else in your life. Cumulative inflation over those same 6 years, roughly 27%. Golf did not outrun your pension. It ran exactly level with your grocery bill, to the decimal. Now look at what the rest of the entertainment world did to its prices over that exact same stretch of years. Movie tickets up 60 to 75%. A day at an NFL game up around 50. The average concert ticket now costs more than 3 rounds of golf, 4 to 5 hours outdoors, walking, competing, thinking. For about $40 in today's economy of leisure, golf is not the luxury. Golf is the refuge. 32 states still average under $50 a round. Oklahoma 31, Indiana and Kansas 33, Iowa 34, Tennessee 35, Mississippi 38. That is not a dying pastime. That is a bargain hiding in plain sight. So if the everyday game held its price, why does every golfer you know swear the sport became unaffordable? Because you keep being shown the wrong courses, the famous ones, the ocean cliffs, the bucket lists. That is the golf that floods your feed every night. And that golf really did explode in price. Courses charging over $80 grew 40% since 2019. Resort fees climbed 36%, and the average resort peak rate now tops $100 a round. 2 different games wearing the same name. The visible one got expensive. The one you actually play week after week did not. One honest exception. Because this channel does not hide inconvenient data. The cheapest tier of American golf, the $25 and $30 courses, is the tier that has been quietly disappearing. Land under golf became land under houses. If your $25 course got sold to home builders, your loss is real, and no national average softens it. But it is the exception in this story, not the rule, which leaves the real question standing. If it is not your wallet, what exactly is squeezing you off the golf course? Because something is. And here's the twist. It does not want your money. It wants your tee time. To see the real force, follow one man. The same man you have been watching, 65 years old. A public course golfer for 4 decades. It is Saturday, 5:40 in the morning, and he is not the first car in the lot. He is not even the 20th. He learned this game in an era when tee sheets had gaps you could drive a cart through. That world is gone. American golf just posted the busiest stretch in its entire recorded history. 545 million rounds of golf in a single year. An all-time record. Then 2025 came along and broke it again. The 4th record in 5 years. That is 6 consecutive years above 500 million rounds. Nothing like it exists anywhere else in the history of this sport. 29.1 million people played golf on real grass last year, the most since 2008. Nearly 5 million more than before the pandemic. 5 million new players since 2019. And our man is happy for the game. He spent 40 years defending golf to people who called it dying. But happiness does not answer the question. Where, exactly, are 5 million people supposed to fit? Because here is the number that explains your Tuesday morning better than anything else in this entire video. Today's record demand is being absorbed by roughly 2,000 fewer golf courses than existed at the last great peak 20 years ago. 5 million more golfers, 2,000 fewer courses. Read those two numbers again. For nearly 2 decades after 2006, course closures outpaced openings year after year. Fairways became foundations. Greens became garages. 2024 finally brought the fewest closures in almost 20 years. The bleeding has stopped, but the supply that was lost is not coming back. So run the arithmetic your booking app already knows by heart. Millions more players, thousands fewer holes, the same 14 hours of daylight. Something has to give, and what gives is the tee sheet. His tee sheet. Course owners describe reservation systems selling out the moment the booking window opens. Tee sheets book solid for weeks ahead. Golfers who simply cannot get on at all. The people who run golf call this the healthiest era the business has ever seen. 70% of course operators now rate their finances as good or excellent, up from a third not long ago, which flips a power balance that stood for a generation. For decades, the golf course chased you with discounts and coupons. Today, for the first time in living memory, you chase the course. And the 9 a.m. Tuesday slot he held for 15 years, the one the pro shop used to pencil in for him without asking, the one that felt like his by right, that slot is now just inventory, refreshing on a stranger's phone screen at midnight, 7 days out. Which raises the real question of this story. Who are all these people? Open any tee sheet in the country and look at the names. The wave that filled his course is younger than anything this sport has seen in generations. 57% of everyone standing on an American golf course today is under 50 years old. The old postcard of golf as a retiree's game has been mathematically erased. The single biggest age group on grass right now, bigger than any other, is 18 to 34. 6.3 million of them. There are now more golfers younger than 35 than golfers older than 65. 6.3 million against 5.4. Sit with that sentence for a moment. Women now hold a record share of the game, 28% of everyone on grass. Junior play grew by more than a third since 2019. This is not a spike that fades. It is a new population. And before anyone hands you the villain role in this story, or the victim role either, know this. Your generation is not fading from the game. Golfers over 65 grew by almost 64% in the past decade. 10,000 Americans turn 65 every single day, and they keep arriving at golf. The crowd is coming from both ends of the age line. The middle of the tee sheet is where they collide, but the young wave brought a weapon nobody saw coming. It did not just take the weekend, it took the week. Remember when Monday through Thursday belonged to you? When the course at 2 in the afternoon on a Wednesday was a private club, that happened to charge $40. Then the office disappeared. Stanford economists track traffic at 3,400 American golf courses using location data from vehicles before and after the world learned to work from home. What they found rewrites your weekday. Golf at 4 in the afternoon on a Wednesday nearly quadrupled compared to 2019, up 278%. Weekday play overall jumped 83%. The laptop class discovered your sanctuary. They take conference calls on the front 9. They answer email from the cart. The office did not close. It moved onto your course. So the weekend is packed, and now the weekday afternoon is packed. For the golfer who built his life around the quiet hours, the walls moved in from both sides at once. And a full course delivers the one pain that hurts more than any green fee ever could. The waiting. Our man feels it on every single hole now. Stand on the tee, wait. Reach the fairway, wait again. The rhythm that once made golf feel like walking meditation has been replaced by something closer to airport security. The average round of golf in America has swollen to 4 hours and 30 minutes. The longest ever measured. 74% of golfers say pace of play is critical to their enjoyment of the game. It is the #1 complaint in the entire sport. Bigger than price, bigger than anything. And on a crowded course, a whisper follows every slow afternoon. You have heard it, maybe from a foursome of 20-somethings stacked up on the tee behind you. It must be the old guys. The governing body of American golf decided to stop guessing and go measure what actually causes slow play. The answer they found should be framed and hung in every clubhouse in the country. They studied a municipal course in California where every round crawled, and every group on the property blamed the group ahead of them. And the finding was this: it was not any group's fault. The course was simply sending out more golfers than the property could physically hold, with tee times squeezed too close together. They widened the intervals between tee times. The pace fixed itself. Same golfers, same ages, same swings. Slow play is arithmetic done badly by the people who sell the tee times. It was never about who is standing on the tee. So let the reveal of this whole story land properly, because you have earned it. You did not get too slow for golf. You did not get too poor for golf. The course got full. That is the entire story. It is not your age. It was never your age. Which brings us, at last, to the promise from minute one. Your advantage. The one thing 6.3 million young golfers cannot buy, cannot borrow, and cannot expense. Time, not free time, sovereign time. You decide what Tuesday morning is for. They do not. Their calendar belongs to someone else. Yours belongs to you. Now, no study on earth measures retirement calendars against office calendars. It does not need to. This is not a statistic. It is the arithmetic of life. And for once, the arithmetic runs in your favor. And the data you just saw draws you a map. The remote work wave floods the weekday afternoon. Its peak hits at 4 o'clock, which means the quietest reliable ground left in American public golf is the weekday morning. Monday to Thursday, first light to noon, that window is your home field. So here are 3 moves, and all 3 are free. Action 1. Move your regular game inside the Monday to Thursday morning window and treat it like a standing medical appointment. Non-negotiable, recurring, yours. The worker squeezing golf between 2 meetings cannot follow you there. At 8 on a Tuesday morning, the tee sheet remembers whose game this is. Action 2. Make the municipal and daily fee course your weekly home and save the $100 showpieces for special occasions. Same golf, same handicap. A third of the price. You are not settling for less. You are refusing to fund the only part of golf that actually got expensive. Action 3. Learn the exact minute your course opens its booking window. Set an alarm. Book on the spot. And build a standing group, because a standing group earns a standing slot. Then talk to your pro shop like the client you are. Ask about weekday senior rates. Ask about recurring reservations. The worst they can say is no. Most of them will not, because here is your true position in this new economy, straight from the industry's own research. Older golfers play the most rounds and spend the most money. You are not the past of this business. You are its best customer, standing in its busiest era, holding the only flexible calendar in the entire building. Play it that way. Back to the parking lot where we started. Same first light, same man. One thing has changed. It is Tuesday now, and the lot is nearly empty. 29 million golfers, record rounds, tee sheets booked solid, and his ball sits alone on the first tee, exactly where this film began. The game you built did not leave you. It grew past every prediction anyone ever made for it, and the crowd outside the gate is proof that you were right about golf all along. You do not need golf to shrink back down to make room for you. You need to play it smarter than the crowd plays it, which has always been the whole idea of this channel. Now, before you go, I need one number from you. How many days in advance do you have to book a weekend tee time at your home course? Drop that number in the comments. I want to map how bad this really is region by region, and I read everything in the first 48 hours. And if you want the research the golf industry will never put in a commercial, subscribe. There is always a next video. Play smarter, go lower, live longer.